What's up everybody, Jared here with another video, and I ask for questions from you guys ask me questions. I'm here to answer those questions in an Ask Me Anything. But before I get into those questions, obviously like this video, subscribe to my channel, share this, do all of that jazz. The more I get out there, the more viewers I get, and the more motivated I am to make these videos. Alright, so let's get into the questions. Starting off from Instagram, Amari asks, what do you expect to see in the future MCU movies? Obviously, Endgame is coming up, and I think that is going to bring the beginning of Phase 4. Obviously, the beginning of Phase 4 is going to be Fantastic Four. Everyone's just saying, I don't know, it might be a little too soon. No, it's 100% happening. Phase 4, we're going to see in Spider-Man or something like that the old Avengers Tower, Tony Stark, all of that's going to be the new Baxter building. Fantastic Four, and then the big bad is going to be Galactus, Silver Surfer, all of that jazz. That's what's coming up in the MCU. Kenneth on Instagram says, will you ever see the Conjuring movies? Well, I went and saw The Nun. That's kind of related to the Conjuring movies. I need to go see them, but I don't like horror films, you know, they're scary. So maybe I might watch them if there's a third Conjuring coming out. I don't know. I'll do like a ranking video or something. But Annabelle, dolls, possession, all of that crap scares the bejesus out of me. Jack on the Weekends from Instagram says, when's the collab? Dude, jump into those DMs, DM me. You know you want to. Next up, the Film Nerds from Instagram. What enticed you to create movie reviews on YouTube? Well, the short story is I go to a lot of movies and I needed an outlet to talk about that. Long story, I was dating a girl a long time ago. We went to the movies all the time. We broke up. Very much depressed. I went to the movies. Basically, instead of sitting, somewhere right there, I'm sitting by myself. I go to all these movies. I needed something. I needed creativity. I needed something to get my mind off that. Movie reviews on YouTube. Film Movie Trivia on Instagram says, what would your serial killer nickname be? Well, I couldn't think of anything creative, so I went to a random name generator, and it called me the Salty Strangler. So yeah, that's my serial killer name, and if that doesn't work out, I guess it can be my porn star name too. The Mr. Hollywood Show on Instagram says, what are your thoughts on the new trailer for Ma? Now, this trailer came out of nowhere. Octavia Spencer hanging out with all of these kids. It looks terrifying. Like, I love these movies that kind of come out of nowhere. It's probably a small budget, but it's like this thriller, borderline horror stuff, and I'm on board. I really am excited for this movie. If you haven't seen the trailer, go check it out. Brando Critic on Instagram says, is YouTube your full-time job? It is not, unfortunately. I would love it to be. I need more views, I need more subscribers, I need more content, but I love doing this. It keeps my creativity. I have a lot of... My mind does not stop running, so I love making these videos. My full-time job is actually this boring desk finance job. It pays the bills. I would love to do something more in entertainment, more creativity, maybe on the mic, maybe on the camera, something like that. But I would love for this to become more of a thing in my life. Alright, jumping over to Twitter this time, we have Kenneth again. What languages do you speak aside from English? Well, I speak English because I'm extremely white, look at me, but I took 3 years of Spanish in high school. I could barely maybe get through a couple sentences because the thing is, you know how to read it, you maybe know how to speak it a little bit, but like the actual fluency of people speaking Spanish is way too fast for me. So I know a few things. Coming from Rewind Replay, good guy, coming back on the YouTubes, check him out. How did you end up so damn sexy in that thumbnail? The Pilates must really be paying off. Pilates, man, and squats, just squats all day. Squat thrusts, any sort of squat. Josh Drake on Twitter says, what is the worst movie you have ever seen? I mean, we could go with the movies that I've reviewed. There's Replicas, Holmes and Watson, the Emoji Movie, but the worst movie I've ever seen was Deathbed, The Bed That Eats People. It's a big, long story. Patton Oswalt did a stand-up on it. Basically, it's this movie that they made in, like, the 70s, early 80s, and then it was eventually released in, like, the 2000s, early 2000s. It's one of the worst movies ever. If you want a good laugh, maybe get high, get drunk, watch it with some friends, check out Deathbed, The Bed That Eats People. The Real Talk, my stalker on Twitter, asks, who do you think will die in Endgame? Ooh, this is a debate that everyone's been going around about, but I think that, spoiler, some of the people that didn't get dusted I'm assuming Tony Stark, he's donezo's. He'll probably still be in it as a voiceover as the new Jarvis or new tech thing. I don't think Captain America will die. He'll maybe just walk off into the sunset and leave his shield down. Black Widow, she's gone. Hawkeye, maybe he's gone. Thor, he's just gonna go off and do his own thing. I think that a lot of the old cast is kind of gonna die or switch up, kind of walk away, hang up the mantle. Obviously, we're two months away, so in 2 months, I'll give you a better answer. Adam Daly from Adam Daly Live on Twitter asks, what's a movie you're nervous to ever review? Man, I am absolutely horrified of Child's Play, of Chucky. When that movie comes out, I want to review it because it will be really funny. It will be a funny review, really funny content. But my God, I am horrified. I am nervous. Like, even going back and watching the previous ones to maybe rank them or just do a... It would be funny to do a JB Classic on Child's Play. But there's something about that scares the bejesus out of me. That little dude, he just running around that fire crotch. I can't do it. All right, we got Kenneth on Twitter again. Another dirty question. Ooh, it's so filthy. Would you spend the night with Daisy Ridley or Emilia Clarke? All right, this is a tough one. Daisy Ridley, when she starred in The Force Awakens, she stole my heart. But Emilia Clarke, I have to go with her. She has that British English accent. She's beautiful. I gotta go with her. I'm not doing anything dirty. I'm just gonna have a nice dinner. Maybe talk about life, see if she'd like to do a collab, stuff like that. Alright, on Twitter again, we have Jack Benner Movie Reviews. He asked, he's got 3 questions here. He says, what editing software do you use and how do you make your thumbnails? Editing software, I use a mixture of Adobe Suite and then also Sony Vegas. There's some things I can do a lot quicker on one than the other, and it's kind of complicated, but yeah, I basically jump between 2 different programs when I'm doing stuff, so I put a bunch of stuff over here, render it, a bunch of stuff over here, render it, and vice versa. Thumbnails, Adobe Photoshop. Took a class in high school, messed around with it, I've become decent at it. Favorite and least favorite DC film. I was looking this one up, and I thought that R.I.P.D. was a DC movie because that movie's horrible. I don't think it is. I think it's a Dark Horse Comics. But DC, probably, let's just go with the newer ones. I tried to watch Suicide Squad the other day. It is horrible. Like, that movie, it clearly is focused or stacked with Harley Quinn and Deadshot, Will Smith's character. They're the main focus. It needed to be an ensemble movie. It's a music video. It's bad. It's not a good movie. Probably the best one coming, the recent ones, obviously Wonder Woman. Shazam looks really fun. I'm curious if that might take the higher spot on it. There's kind of this weird controversy between that movie and Captain Marvel right now, but whatever. Third question is, who is your favorite actor and actress? Actor, it's got to be probably a comedian. Maybe Jim Carrey. I mean, the thing is, he had great stuff in the 90s. I don't even know. That's a tough one. For actress, though, obviously Emma Watson, Harry Potter, all of those movies, Perks of Being a Wallflower, Beauty and the Beast. She's my dream girl. What can I say? All right, on Twitter, we got Fraser Judd. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correct. Can you say your name backwards? Lodolnik Buch Darridge. There we go. We got it. And if you had to marry one inanimate object, what would it be? Ooh, maybe like a heating blanket, like a warm blanket of some sort. It'll keep me warm at night, and if you want to, yeah, that got weird. Next up, we have Alex Madden on Twitter. He says, if one female superhero could be your girlfriend, who would you choose? Now, this, obviously, you're going for looks, you're going for personality. What is she offering? What's she bringing to the table? And the thing is that jumped at me, She-Hulk. She's beautiful, she's green, she's strong, she can help you move furniture. She's also a lawyer, so if you're ever getting in trouble, you need some legal advice, boom, she's got you covered. Second choice, probably Squirrel Girl, because she's hilarious, and I think it'd be hilarious to date Squirrel Girl. Alright, we have Kenneth on Twitter once more. Would you consider making stand-up comedy? 100%. I need to be motivated, I need to kick myself into gear. I've written a bunch of stuff. I need to go and actually face my fears, get on stage, do some material. I need to realize it's gonna suck first. I may be funny. Eventually, the more practice you do, the better it's gonna be. Maybe I might release something here. Who knows? We have Rewind Replay again on Twitter. What is your goal for your channel in 2019, and where do you see yourself at the end of the year? I mean, I could easily say a bajillion views and a ton, thousands of subscribers, which, believe me, that would be very much nice. I don't know, at the beginning of the year, I wrote down a few goals for myself, and one of them is just to understand my analytics a little bit more. I mean, obviously, there's the subscribers and the views. That's what everyone can see, but the thing is, when you dive in, I'm focusing on kind of watch time, when people are dipping out of my videos, and also that stupid click-through rate. Apparently that is what drives a lot of stuff. So I want to know more about my analytics so I can switch up my videos, maybe put certain things in certain places to find out where people are more engaged. Also, I just want to be more involved in the community. Personally, I see myself as an outside, a loner. I kind of do my own stuff. I don't do many collaborations, so hey, I'm open for it. Basically, I feel like the girl at the dance that's standing up against the wall. You just need to go ask her to dance. She can break dance. She can do all sorts of dances. So yeah, if you want to collab, you have a great idea, definitely hit me up. I'm open for anything. So yeah, collaborations, maybe, you know, more involved in kind of just sharing my own thoughts and stuff like that. And also, I want to release like 3 or 4 new shows on my channel. Basically, I want it to be kind of a thing where it's like, boom, here's 8 episodes of this. Switch over, here's 8 episodes of this. So then like do seasons, episodes of different stuff. Hopefully I can start getting on that and get stuff released. People are terrible. I think this Caleb over on Twitter, he says, if you had to choose between being 20 feet tall or 2 feet tall, which would you choose? 20 feet tall, I can't drive, can't get in buildings. I mean, you'd have a huge dong, but other than that, not so great. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to go with 2 feet tall. You'd fit a little bit better. You could still drive a car, get through doors, all of that jazz. I don't know, get carried around. Yeah. Dan Jensen, good guy, creator of Bongo's handler. Favorite Beavis and Butthead episode. Now, Beavis and Butthead was a little before my time. I vaguely remember watching some of them. My oldest brother was. But anyone that has Cornholio in it, I watched some clips before I filmed this. Anyone that has Cornholio in it is top notch for me. Rama Screen over on Twitter. He says, how many hours in editing do you put into those JB classics or J-Butt classics? Because they always seem to have extra elaborate bells and whistles compared to regular movie reviews. Now those ones, obviously, they take a little bit more time because I actually go in and try to do research. So if I'm doing a movie from 1995, I want to know out like what events, what trailers and stuff come out around 1995, so then I can do those in there and do those funny cuts. Overall, a rough estimate would be maybe 4 hours, but that's like the writing, the filming, the editing. Luckily, a lot of those cutaways and stuff I made templates for, so that cuts down a lot of my editing time. Basically, I just drop something in, it automatically puts stuff in there for me, and then I can just render it. And the thing is, rendering that, I render it like 2 or 3 different times so that my computer doesn't explode. A decent amount of that time is rendering. Alright, we got The Real Talk on Twitter back at it. He says, when can we see a Jared Buckendall comedy special? You know what? That might be on one of my lists for new shows coming out. Stay tuned. I want to release a little something here on Twitter, or not Twitter, but here on YouTube, so we'll see if I get around to that. Man, The Real Talk, you got a lot of questions here. What is the first movie you remember seeing in the theaters? It was the animated Lion King. That is the very first movie I remember. I remember eating a bunch of popcorn, ate the whole bucket, and then afterwards I wore the bucket as a hat. But yeah, I remember watching that movie in theaters. Favorite Christmas present as a kid? Now this was a tough one. I mean, I loved Legos growing up, but I don't remember getting like a huge Lego set. I'd probably say the two were, I remember getting Mario Party 2 for the N64, and I played the out of that afterwards. And then also, I think I might have gotten a Game Boy Color with Pokemon Silver, and then like a guidebook with it. And I remember I opened that up. I didn't even open up any other presents. Open up that, and I just played that for hours. Ty Jensen over on Twitter, he asked, are you introverted or extroverted? I'm introverted. I would say that I may come off as extroverted, and a lot of the stuff like performing in high school and stuff, I very much was like, hey, look at me. I wanted to be extroverted, but I do like my own time. I like staying in. I'm working on being more involved in the community, but I very much kind of stick to myself. Channel Master Jake, hey, so I've been always curious, what is your recording setup like? Well, if you haven't already, I'm gonna put a video link up here or here, I don't really remember, but yeah, I did a behind the scenes video. Check that out up there, I think. Patrick Burrow, dude from Aussie Down Under. Please do another day in the life of me, Jared Buckendall, to bring back amazing memories from your early videos. And also, can you help me with your math homework? I can definitely help you with your math homework. Send that over. Math and me, you know, finance, it works well. But I think it would be really funny if I did another revisited one of the day in the life of Jared. I'm basically like this down on his luck, alcoholic YouTuber. I think that might be pretty funny. Maybe I'll put it on the docket coming up later this year. And last but not least, Karen over on Twitter says, would you eat this? I think there's a picture. I'm going to put it right here. I mean, it looks good. It looks like, what, stir-fried steak, vegetables, peppers, and stuff. I mean, I'm down for that. Maybe you're trying to fool me. Maybe it's something else. But, yeah, I'd eat that. So that is it, guys. All of the questions you guys asked, I answered them. Did you like this video? Did you find out something new about me? Did you find out something that you wanted to know? Do you want to collaborate with me? Let me know in the comments down below. Anyways, guys, if you want more videos like this, let me know. Anyway, subscribe to my channel and all that jazz down there. There's more videos over there. Watch those, like those. Seriously, just click over there. You know you want to. And if you haven't already, subscribe down to my channel over there. It really helps me out. Until next time, I'll see you later.